Here.
Okay, good evening. My name is Tyler. Could I please have your name?
My name is Phan Văn Đô. You can call me Dan.
Do you have your candidate number?
Well, I don't.
Do you have your ID?
I don't, but I do remember its number.
Okay, what's your ID number?
It's 0763 0303 7283.
Where are you from?
I'm from Hóc Môn.
What do you do?
I'm currently a freshman in University of Information Technology.
Okay, let's go to part one.
Okay.
What do you do in your free time?
I mostly do some programming in order to finish some of my deadlines, but I also do some sports like jogging or perhaps some light tennis.
Do you have a busy social life?
I consider myself not to be a very busy person socially, but I am very busy in my work, especially in my studies. Most of the time, I would actually do work instead of hanging out with friends.
Okay. Do you lead an active life?
Well, this is kind of awkward to say, but I'm very stubborn and kind of want to stay at home and doing everything else via online.
Okay. Has your life changed much in the last year?
Well, ever since I have been admitted into my university and having my first scholarship for the first time, my life would be, as you said, changed dramatically.
Okay. What would you like to change about your lifestyle?
Well, I would like to exercise more, though my school is pretty big, so jogging around every day to switch between classes I consider to be exercise enough.
Okay. Okay, let's go on to part two.
Okay.
You take the pen, paper. Okay, you have 1 minute. Your time starts now. Okay, 1 minute's up.
Okay.
You can start.
Okay, I will start the ball rolling by touching on the matter of what thing that I buy that was so expensive for myself, and my choice is going to be a charger. Specifically, it was a Type-C charger with 4 ports that I could charge for my laptop, my phones, and even some of my gadgets like my electric fan. Now, into the subject of where I bought it, the thing that needs to be highlighted here is that I bought it online through Shopee. Most of the time, I would pay my most of the time I would use my my debit card to pay for the fees and whatnot. So I think that is much more convenient than when you're buying it by cash. Now, the next thing I would like to mention is why I would bought it, and I would like to point out that it was for my laptop that my laptop's charger, the original one, was quite bulky, and I didn't want to bring it with me in my phone charger as well. So I buy one to charge all of my accessories, including my laptop and my phone. As a final, moving on to the business of how often I use it. I like to say that I use it fairly regularly, though the size of it is quite big, so I didn't have time to use it for my phone charger. Only when I'm at university do I have time to plug it all in. As a final point, if time permits, I'd like to explain how I felt when I brought it. And I would like to say that it was so satisfying because it was my money that I attained through scholarship that helped me have the opportunity to use one of those gadgets.
Okay, very good. Let's go on to part 3.
Okay.
What lessons can we learn from studying the past?
Well, mostly the thing that we know from the past are our ancestor mistakes, our ancestor origin, as well as some of the prehistoric architects that our ancestors have made. I suppose that much of our civilization is currently based on those advanced but prehistoric achievements, much like how the pyramid in Egypt, as well as some of the some of the most famous things that we have been taught that are bringing us together and for us to develop some higher advanced functions.
Okay. What events have happened recently that you think will be remembered as important in history?
Well, I suppose that would be the Ukraine invasion. I suppose that some of us would consider that this would be an unprecedented move from Russia. But I think that the things that need to be highlighted the most is the fact that this is purely for their nation's interest. As for the reason why they did it, it doesn't really matter. They have the thing to lose, and the Ukrainian people who are currently suffering.
Okay. Do you think museums are the best way to get children and young people interested in history?
Well, I suppose that most of our classes today are also available online. So, museums are very effective at teaching people how to. Teaching people about the past, about their ancestor, but they don't necessarily enable them to have a chance to become interactive with those changes. So I suppose that online classes is also one of the beneficial things that have contributed to students' interest in museums.
Okay, last one. Do you think it is important for literature and films about past events to be historically accurate?
Well, I purposely think that most of the films that are related to history are not very accurate, but they do, however, convey a story that is interesting to the viewers. And to many people, most of the time, our films that we are watching is good enough that they don't need to be historically accurate, but they need to be entertainable because they are more interested in that part of the problem.
Okay.
Yeah.
Very good. We finished.
Yes. Thank you.
Okay. See you.